Hey Ian, we finally made it to wedding day, and there's not one person in the world that I would rather go through the planning with, but spend the rest of my life with. And I'm so excited for our future and all of the exciting things to come for both of us.
And then why don't you kind of share the story of you guys first meeting?
Okay. Well, Ian and I first met in SOAR, and I was asking him about roundabouts in Conway because I wasn't sure how to navigate them at all. And he offered to help me, told me his mom was a biochemistry teacher, so we had that in common. And then the summer went by, and it definitely was on my mind multiple times, maybe brought it up to my family a few times. This really nice guy that was offering to help me and just seemed like a really good person. And then when we got to the honors college, we realized we were neighbors, which was awesome. But it was more than that. We started to develop a friendship that was different than any other friendship I've ever had. And I will never forget sitting at the little picnic table behind Ferris one night. It was like right before we started dating. We were just friends. We'd been going on runs together, going to eat together, just hanging out as friends. And Ian said, first of all, he complimented my personality instead of my looks. And that for me was, he complimented my personality instead of the way I looked. He told me I was smart and that I had a good heart and a lot of other amazing things that made me feel like not just a person to him, but like a person that he actually saw. I felt like somebody actually saw me. So, and then he said, you know, whenever you feel like you're in a good place and you're comfortable, I would love to take you out on an official date. And so that kind of also made me feel good because I knew that he cared about me, but he also wasn't going to push me out of my comfort zone. And so soon after that, we started dating. So.
And you've touched on this a little bit, but just what are a few of your favorite things about him?
Ian is so kind. He is one of the kindest, actually, I think he is the kindest person I've ever met in my life. He is so kind to everyone, especially me, but he treats everyone with kindness. And he's made me a better person in the same way and showed me what it means to love everybody despite, you know, things that maybe you don't agree with or you don't see the same side of. He's shown me that you can love them anyway, and I think that's really important.
And then, how have you been feeling today?
I have been feeling very excited today. Stressed, of course, because it's me and I'm always stressed, but this has been the best day of my life despite the chaos of wedding day because I got to marry my very best friend in the whole entire world. And aside from the stress, the excitement has completely overpowered it. And I'm just so happy today and so excited for our future moving forward.
And what are some of the things that you're most excited about and for maybe like short term, like upcoming weeks?
I'm excited for the honeymoon. I'm excited for Jackson Hole, Wyoming and all of the fun stuff we're gonna do. But really more than that, I'm just excited to have time together in life without the crazy busy wedding season, without the crazy busy both in undergrad season, and just like be in the same home together and sharing life in a normal day-to-day setting where we don't have all of these other things going on, especially on the honeymoon because we won't even have school and we can just focus on each other. So.
And then what are you excited about for like long term, like 10, 20 years?
10, 20 years? I have no idea where my life will be in 10 or 20 years, but I know that I'll be with Ian, and so it doesn't matter what we're doing or where we're at. I don't know if we'll be in Arkansas or we'll be in Kansas or what that will look like for us, but I know that we will be in love, and that's all that matters. So I don't know, I'm open to anything.
And then what's a lesson you feel like you've learned through your friendship with him, like something that he's taught you?
Ian has taught me to take a step back and not take life so seriously like I have my entire life. I have been anxious and high-strung and ready for the next thing, and Ian has really shown me what life can look like when you try to take a step back and enjoy it instead of being worried about the next step and how the next thing's gonna go and all of the possible outcomes, but just to live in that moment. And that's really hard for me. It doesn't come natural, but he does it so well. And he's taught me to adapt some of those qualities that I admire.
And then why don't you just share some final thoughts or words to me?
Ian, I love you. I will always love you, no matter what comes in life, what's thrown our way, or where we end up, we will end up there together. And no matter what challenges come, I'm always on your side. I said this in the vows, but I will stand with you, beside you, every single day in the light. No matter what it shines on, I will stand with you. I love you.
Hi, Maddie. Today is the day of our wedding. I'm not sure about you, but I know for a fact that I've been thinking about this day for a really long time now. And I am so happy that we have been able to put together such a beautiful, loving ceremony. I think that you've done a fantastic job getting this planned and juggling everything, and I helped a little, but we both know that this is your thing. This is your planning and your execution. So thank you for making such a beautiful day for us. I really, for a long time, have known that you were going to be the one I engaged. I asked to marry me. And again, nobody in the whole world I'd rather spend this day with. I love you. You are an amazing human being that I am very excited to share my life with. So that's all I really had to say about, I guess, as an intro, but just know that I really love you.
And why don't you kind of just recount the story of you guys first?
Okay. Well, so this is a story because we have a couple that I think are pretty obvious. We have some nativity stuff that happened with the live nativity scene, but I'm going to share a story that I guess was personal to me and made a lasting impression on me. So we had been dating a couple of weeks, and I was at a tailgate for UCA, and you know, we had just started dating pretty recently, and we're still in that kind of strange time where you're trying to get to know each other and learn more about each other. And to that point, I had known Maddie to be a very soft-spoken, very intelligent person, and just a shy person that was really amazing. But one thing I was not expecting was I was texting her during this tailgate, and I had forgotten my nice shoes for the tailgate because we were supposed to dress up, and I was wearing Crocs with very nice khakis and a, you know, not something a little bit less nice than this, but pretty close to it. And I told her about it, and that I was also tasked with bringing, I think it was seasoning for the burgers we were having that day. So I had that, and I had forgotten my shoes. And so I told her that, and how she replied was really startling to me at first. In terms, a good surprise, not really a bad thing, but she said something along the lines of, nice to see where your priorities are. You brought the seasoning, not your shoes. And that made me really laugh because it was kind of a banter, friendly banter that has come to really define our relationship. And it's the first time I can really think of that where that happened. and it completely subverted my expectations. I began to know her less as this very calm and shy person into a outspoken, pretty sassy girl that I really love. So that memory means a lot to me.
And then you shared a little bit about this. What were some of your first impressions of her?
Yeah, so I met Maddie at SOAR in 2017. And yeah, I had this impression that she was a very similar person to me, in that, you know, we may not say a whole lot, but our minds are always going. And we really take things in that are around us and really, you know, try to process the world in a very meaningful way. We don't just, we really, really take a lot of care with the way that we see other people and our surroundings. And so that really attracted me to her, because I think that it's a rare quality. And I was incredibly lucky to have found somebody that I, from day one, knew that about and has never once strayed from.
And then I'm sure there's 1,000 things. What are just a few of your favorite things about her?
Yeah, so, you know, my favorite thing is, I think just her fire, her outspokenness and willing to stand up for herself. I don't want property in this relationship. I want a partner, somebody who is 50-50 with me. And I just really, really respect her ability to make sure that her voice is heard, and that we see each other as two parts of a whole in this marriage. And I really appreciate that about her. I think that she's got a fantastic sense of humor. I love her humor, and I think by far my favorite characteristic, however, would be her, how much that she can love something. Her capacity for love for seemingly trivial things is beautiful and has come to define a lot of our relationship, and it's something that I truly, truly hold very dear.
And then, how are you feeling right now?
I'm nervous, not because I have any doubts or anything, but just because there's going to be a lot of people, and public speaking is not really my go-to activity. But I'm very, very excited. This is the culmination of our years together. And I haven't seen you yet, but I'm sure that you're absolutely stunning. And so any sort of stress and worriedness is completely outweighed by my excitement to finally get to marry you.
And what are you excited about for marriage in the short term, like upcoming weeks?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I'm excited for our honeymoon, but I don't really think that's not going to be a product of our marriage, just in terms of how our everyday life is going to be. So I think that I'm excited to know. I just think marriage is an extra step in the commitment that we're giving to each other. And so with that comes more security and love for one another. After our vows and after this whole ceremony, we'll have been through one of the most stressful things we can probably do in life. So I think that our relationship is going to be even that better after. And so I'm just excited to get to continue life with you and just love you more deeply.
And what are you excited about for like long term, like 10, 20 years?
Well, I would say, kids probably, but, we'll see where that takes us. I think that you'd be a fantastic mother, and I think that you would really have something to provide for a child coming into this world. More long-term stuff, I think just being an adult with you, having bills and, like I said, living life, being our own people, and just really having done this, knowing that we can do anything.
And then what's something, like a lesson you feel like you've learned through your friendship with her, like something that she's taught you? And you can kind of rephrase the question. Like,
Yeah. So I think that one thing that I've really learned is I'm kind of a reactionary person in terms of I can have an opinion about anything very quickly, and I will fight for that opinion very harshly and very fervently. And she has really softened my heart in that regard of listening rather than talking, and that goes against my initial nature and initial instinct. But I think that it, in the long run, is a really productive and a very good thing to do, especially with people you care about. So not rushing to judgment could mean a lot of things, whether it be, picking up a centipede that's on the ground that might get squished, or not judging a person based on X, Y, and Z. I just think that I've learned a lot about how to love from Maddie.
And then why don't you just send her some final thoughts and words?
Okay. I think that hopefully we'll see this after the wedding, so that means that we did it. I again am just so proud of both of us, but primarily you, for really handling this with grace and with a beauty that always surprises me, no longer how long we've been together. I guess I'll end with saying that I love you more than anything in the world, and I cannot wait for our ceremony and to be your husband.
Hi, Ian and Maddie. This has been the most perfect day that I'm sure that you guys could ever imagine, that I could ever imagine for you guys. I am so lucky that you guys chose to involve me, and it has been a true honor to see you guys from the very beginning. And Maddie, I knew from the moment I met you, you were going to be someone who is in my life forever. And I am just so lucky to have seen from there all the way to here. The sentimentalness of this wedding, I don't know if that's a word. Oh well. This wedding has been, like, to the last detail, just beautiful for you guys. It shows your love and your personalities so well. So I just really love that you guys included me and Ian. Oh Lord. It's always been an honor to be your sister, and I love you so much. And I'm really thankful that you've now allowed me to have a sister. And Maddie, I'm so happy you're in my life, and welcome to the family. Love you guys.
Maddie, I'm so glad that you're part of my family. You've always been like an extra big sister to me. And I want to say congratulations to both of you. Thank you for letting me be in your wedding. And I love you, Maddie.
Hello, Maddie and Ian. I will admit that I know Maddie better, but Ian, you and I both share the Marvel love, and I greatly appreciate that. I am very honored to be the great aunt of Rue and Ebony. I don't know if she really claims me, but Rue definitely, we're pals, and I'm really excited to see where this next chapter in both of your lives takes you together.
Maddie, Ian, I am so glad and privileged that you invited me to be a part of this wonderful day. I know everything has turned out exactly like you imagined, and it was beautiful. Even if there's something that you might have changed or that you saw that was wrong, I can guarantee no one noticed. It has just gone flawlessly for everyone. And a lot of that can be contributed to you. You're such a great planner, and I'm so privileged to have gotten to know you these past years. And I've gotten to see you grow, and you have become so strong and courageous. And having Ian beside you, he is the best compliment for you, and I can't imagine anyone else for you. Y'all just have a great relationship, and the way you communicate and talk to one another, y'all do not shy away from issues, whether small or big. You stop and you communicate. You talk and you hash it out. And I love, and I have been privileged to like see these interactions. And even if you're embarrassed, there's no need to be, because it is so inspiring to see a couple actually stop and address the issue. And it has made y'all a wonderful couple, and it has been really inspiring. I know I'm saying that word, but it has been inspiring to see y'all. And I can only hope that I have your fairy tale. Even though there are issues, the way you work it out makes it a real life fairy tale. So thank you for making me a part of your day. And I am so glad I met you so many years ago. And Ian, just thank you for being the best partner for my best friend. And you are her best friend, even if I don't want to admit it sometimes and claim her for myself. Y'all are one of the best friends to each other, and that'll make y'all have a great marriage. So good luck, and congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Isom.
Hey Maddie, hey Ian. Thanks a lot for having me today. It was a great joy to be your best man, Ian. Wishing y'all the best in your walk through life together.
Hey guys, thanks for letting me be part of your big day. Couldn't be any happier for you guys. Congrats, enjoy it. Excited to see what comes next for you guys.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. I'm happy for y'all. Congratulations.